The Glasgow drizzle was a greasy film on Carol's skin, mirroring the grime clinging to the alley walls. Each drop felt like a tiny accusation, a whisper of the betrayal that had become her life. The flickering sodium lamps cast long, distorted shadows, turning familiar brick into menacing giants. She risked a glance over her shoulder, the collar of her wool coat scratching against her neck. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced through her professional detachment. He was there, of course, Liam, her husband, or at least the man she'd thought was her husband. Now he was just a silhouette swallowed by the darkness, the trench coat he always wore seeming less romantic, more predatory. The air crackled with unspoken words, accusations that hung heavier than the damp air. "Liam," she said, her voice barely a breath. "Why?" He emerged from the shadows, a ghost in the grimy alley. His face, usually so open and warm, was a mask of something she didn't recognize. "Don't play innocent, Carol. You knew this day would come." "Knew what? That the man I love is a double agent?" The words tasted like ash in her mouth. She'd dedicated years to the service, years of loyalty, and now this. "Loyalty is a luxury we can't afford," Liam said, his voice flat. "We both made our choices." The grainy film effect, a constant companion in her mind, intensified. Every memory, every shared laugh, every whispered secret was now tainted, distorted by the lens of suspicion. Had their love been a lie? Had every touch been calculated? "Who are you working for?" she demanded, her hand instinctively reaching for the Walther PPK tucked beneath her coat. The alley suddenly felt smaller, the walls closing in. "That's not important," Liam said, taking a step closer. "What's important is that you understand. This isn't personal." "Everything is personal, Liam," she snapped, her voice echoing in the narrow space. "We're talking about treason, about lives." He stopped, the flickering light catching the glint of metal in his hand. A silenced pistol, the same model she carried. A silent, deadly mirror. "It doesn't have to end this way, Carol," he said, his voice laced with a regret that might have been genuine. "Come with me. We can disappear." The rain intensified, blurring the already distorted reality. Trust, loyalty, love. All meaningless words in the cold, harsh reality of the alley. Carol looked at the man she loved, the man who had betrayed her, and knew with a chilling certainty that only one of them would walk away. The tension was a live wire, humming with the promise of violence. The game had changed, and the stakes were higher than ever.